Good evening and welcome to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Alexia Anderchek.
And I'm Margaret Turner.
Timothy Harrington was sentenced this morning to 40 years in prison for the murder of Ole Miss student Jimmy J. Lee.
He pled guilty yesterday in court to second-degree murder and tampering with evidence. The murder took place in 2022 and he allegedly killed Lee in order to hide that they had a romantic relationship.
In addition to serving 40 years, Harrington will additionally serve 10 years of supervised release, which will include 5 years of supervised probation and 5 years of unsupervised probation. Lee was 20 years old and is remembered as a beloved member of the Oxford LGBTQ+ community.
Now switching gears, Lane Kiffin has made national headlines over the past few days after his abrupt departure from Ole Miss football program.
Many students have expressed feelings of disappointment and betrayal over his leaving, and as you can see now on your screen, news outlets, college football enthusiasts, and celebrities across the nation have weighed in on the conversation.
And the plot has recently thickened as there is speculation that Juice Kiffin, Ole Miss's unofficial mascot, was actually never Lane Kiffin's dog to begin with. This, however, has not been yet confirmed.
Ole Miss has announced that now Pete Golding will be the new permanent football coach, leading the team into playoffs and the next season. He is expected to address the crowd tonight at the men's basketball game.
Now, unfortunately, Mother Nature might be an LSU fan because the weather here in Oxford has added to the pain of losing our head coach.
It really has. Now let's take a look outside with our weather anchor Mackenzie Cox for an update on our current conditions.
Good evening, Rebels. It has been a cold day on campus. Currently, we're at 31 degrees. Stay tuned for the latest in news and weather, maybe even some snow. Back to you.
A runoff election is taking place today for voters in Lafayette County District 2. Ruth Adams Ball, Lisa Barber are battling for the opportunity to serve as the District 2's election commissioner. If you haven't made it out to the polls just yet, you still have time to vote for your preferred candidate until 7 p.m. tonight.
Home of the Ole Miss esports team, the EF Yerby Conference Center, is set to be torn down and replaced by the new Patterson School of Accountancy building, Jones Hall. Construction for the project is expected to start in June of 2026, while esports is set to be moved to Jackson Avenue Center during the spring semester. John McDermott, director of esports programs here at the university, said, quote, "The move will allow for a better allocation of resources and in my mind will better serve to help not only the Ole Miss community, but the greater northern Mississippi community." Thank you to our friends at the Daily Mississippian for reporting on this exciting news. And more in local news, the Mississippi Department of Education recently released the ACT scores for all public school juniors who took the exam during the statewide spring semester window. Both Lafayette and Oxford County School Districts scored above the state composite average, and Oxford surpassed the national average as well. The benchmark for all of 4 subjects rose from 8.8% in 2024 to 9.5% in 2025. The OSC is now ranked number 3 out of 130 public school districts, and LCSD following in 19th out of 137 districts.
And the National Society of Black Engineers is participating in a touching act of service to give back to the community.
The NSBE is hosting a children's hospital toy drive until December 5th to collect gifts for children in the community. NewsWatch reporter Divine Aguilana has all the details.
The National Society of Black Engineers is hosting a holiday toy drive in partnership with St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in Memphis.
For the Christmas holiday, and we know that some people don't have the chance to experience as good holidays as other people, so we wanted to give to other people so that they can have the great Christmas as well as everybody else, because some people are not as fortunate.
Donation boxes are set up in the Dove Center, the FSL lobby, Brevard Hall, and the CME, where students can drop off items like stuffed animals, puzzles, and coloring books.
We went outside of ourselves and decided to give back. So it's not just I'm just doing this because I just had to do it. It's doing it because I considered other people and wanted to make someone else's day.
As the toy drive continues, NSBE prepares to deliver donations to St. Jude when the toy drive comes to an end on December 5th. This event highlights how student organizations can make a positive impact.
I would encourage everybody to donate if you can. I know you probably remember being a kid, waking up on Christmas Day with a bunch of toys under the Christmas tree. Unfortunately, some kids don't have that opportunity, so please consider donating and give that kid that same core memory for their childhood.
Students and campus members can still participate by dropping off toys at the designated locations through December 5th. This is Divine Aguilana reporting for NewsWatch Ole.
Well, speaking of the Christmas spirit, tonight Santa Claus is coming to town with the Oxford Christmas Parade.
This year's theme is the 12 Days of Christmas, which will be brought to life by exciting performances and floats.
The parade starts in just about an hour and a half at 6:30. Now, Mackenzie, for anyone heading to the parade tonight, what can we expect to see weather-wise?
Yes, well, weather altered the original plans for this parade, but we should be all set tonight. There's a slight chance of precipitation this evening, but we are clear in the forms of ice and snow, so as long as you bring a jacket, you should be good to go. We will be right back with more weather updates after this break.
You told me not to talk to strangers. You told me not to cross the street without looking both ways.
You told me not to touch the stove. You told me not to do drugs. You told me not to drink and drive.
You gave me so many messages about how to stay safe. Why didn't you keep me safe by properly storing your gun?
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next. We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
Helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Learn to cough and sneeze with your pal Grover. Step 1. Realize you're about to sneeze. Step 2. Move your elbow toward your nose and mouth. Step 3. Gesundheit. 1, 2, 3. Remember to cough and sneeze into your arm or elbow and not your hands.
Right! No! Bro, but you're not even gonna do anything! Yes, I was! Yes, no!
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. Like we've already said, it's a cold day on campus and there's no way around it. Right now we're just below freezing at 31 degrees, cloudy skies, but at least we're light on winds and a low chance of precipitation right now. So there is some good news, but it looks like this cold is here to stay. And it's all across North Mississippi. You can see we're barely topping freezing in Tupelo and Corinth, but not a lot of variation, no big fronts coming through. We're all just cold, but at least we are in this together. Now, tonight is a little bit of a different story. If you thought it was cold, it's going to get colder. So like I said, bundle up for that Christmas parade. 26 degrees in Oxford tonight. Cloudy skies, but a little bit of a low chance of on and off showers this evening. So you're going to want to be prepared just in case, but nothing that should stop you from enjoying the parade and festivities this evening. Now tomorrow, 50 feels like a sunny day after what we've had. We'll have partly cloudy skies, but just below 50 degrees tomorrow should make those walks around campus a little bit easier. Low chance of precipitation tomorrow during the day, slightly increasing at night, potentially leading to a winter mix tomorrow evening. So important to remain weather aware and just keep an eye on those outdoor plans, especially if they involve driving around Oxford. Now tomorrow in North Mississippi, you can see a little bit more range. We'll be in freezing temperatures around the morning, getting up to the highest of 48, 47 in Oxford and Tupelo tomorrow, but then we'll have some more cold temperatures going in the rest of this week. Here we're sitting in a good spot in the national map. You can see we have some fronts on the west coast that are going to be coming through, potentially bringing some more precipitation as we look into the weekend, but I always think that some rain and cloudy skies will help you study for finals like no other. Looking into our 5-day, you can see that rain that I was talking about and a little bit of the colder weather, but better than we could have hoped for at this time of year, finally starting to feel like winter.
It absolutely is starting to feel like winter, and I have to agree with you that cold weather is definitely going to make me lock in for finals because the last thing I want to do is go outside.
So true. So sit there and study for hours if you feel like it.
Absolutely.
Everywhere I go, I just feel completely frozen, and feeling frozen is not my favorite way to feel, so I can't wait till it starts to get a little bit warmer.
So soon.
You know what? I do agree with that, but another good thing to do in these freezing cold temperatures is to watch some basketball. So what do we have coming up in sports?
Well, absolutely. When we come back, we are heading to the Tad Pad, dribbling with the women, and of course, talking about head coaches. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
There's an epidemic spreading. Scientists say it can change your brain. It can release dangerous chemicals like formaldehyde into your bloodstream. It can expose your lungs to acrolein, which can cause irreversible damage. It's not a parasite, not a virus, not an infection. It's vaping.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
Welcome back to News Watch with Sports Watch. I'm Evan Huggins. Our toxic ex just won't leave us alone. Lane Kiffin has just left for LSU and is coming back to take more of our assistant coaches. Kiffin has taken offensive coordinator Charlie Weiss and 5 other assistant coaches. Weiss just signed a 3-year deal worth $6 million, making him one of the 10 highest paid assistant coaches. Kiffin and Weiss are heading into a rough fixer-upper. The Tigers' offense ranked 108th in the country for points per game this year, but it's still better, right? The Rebels aren't focused on the drama and are looking ahead to their golden era and preparing to make a national championship run. Ole Miss women's basketball is rolling right now, coming off 2 hot wins against Wisconsin and George Mason. The Rebels' dynamic duo Christine Iwala and Cody McMahon have made history, becoming the first 2 players since the 2020 season to begin the year with at least 10 points through their first 6 games of the season. The duo scored 20 and 11 in a battle with Wisconsin. The Rebels won 65-56. The duo then showed out against George Mason, where Iwala dropped a double-double and McMahon scored 14. Coach Yo speaks on offensive adjustments the team had to make.
Wisconsin has a very complicated style offense for a team like us and how we have to play. And then George Mason, more of a SEC style offense. 2 different styles that we had to adjust to in less than 24 hours.
The Rebels come back for a huge matchup against Notre Dame on Thursday in the Pavilion at 8. Keeping things in the arena, the Tad Pad's demolition is not only affecting the basketball teams. Nina Howdeshell took a look into the impact the Spirit squads are facing.
The Tad Smith Coliseum is set to be demolished summer 2026. In place of the building, the university has ordered more parking. The addition of more parking on campus is pleasing to many, but few know what groups this negatively affects. The Tad Pad is home to the university's dance and cheer teams. Practice facilities for collegiate cheer teams are scarce across the country. Ole Miss is known to be the only team in the SEC to have a practice facility, which is a major help in their recruiting and talent. The all-girl team even went on to win the 2025 national competition. I'm here to hear from the all-girl team, co-ed team, and Rebelettes on their thoughts with the demolish of the Tad Pad.
It's a very bittersweet feeling to think about this place, not only, not being here every day, but also like driving by and it's gone. We have created so many memories here. There's so many accomplishments, good moments, bad moments. We really are like a family, and this is like our second home. We joke about it, but it's true.
Something that we believe in that not a lot of people know about is our traditional routine that we go compete at nationals, that we are in here for 6 to 8, 10 hours a day practicing for something we truly believe in. And it's just like any other sport. Their facility means a lot to them, and for this to be torn down means a lot to us because we won't have somewhere as of now that we will be able to go to practice at, that we will be able to devote time to our sport.
Yeah, the Tad Pad's kind of become our home over the past 3 years, and we've grown here and been here for at least every single day of the school year, if not the summer too. And so it just means a lot to us. We've been locker buddies next to each other for the past 3 years, and just for that to be gone is kind of crazy. And we don't know where we'll be next year, so we're just really thankful we've got this space over the past years.
Yeah, we've been really thankful that this has been our home for the last 3 years for us being on the team, but for a way longer time for the Rebelettes and the cheer team in general. So for it to be gone is really sad, and we just hope we can find a place for next year, a little more permanent spot for Rebelettes and cheer team to practice. So, yeah.
But we love the Tad Pad.
Yeah, we're going to miss it.
Football head coaches are making the headlines, but what about Ole Miss' newest head coach? The Ole Miss soccer team just hired Todd Schollenberger. Schollenberger is the 4th head coach in Ole Miss soccer program history. Schollenberger is coming off 11 seasons at Washington State, where he became the Cougars' winningest coach, finishing with a record of 113, 67, and 34. Keith Carter shared, quote, "We are thrilled to welcome Todd and his family to Oxford and begin this new exciting chapter for Ole Miss soccer." That's all I have for sports. Be sure to head to the SJB Pavilion for the men's SEC-ACC Challenge against Miami. I'm going to grab my Hawaiian shirt and head to the game. Tip-off is at 8 p.m. Back to you at the desk.
Well, a Hawaiian theme makes me really want warmer weather. See, I would usually agree, but this chilly weather has me looking forward to a white Christmas. And speaking of the holidays, find out how students are staying connected to campus and their faith over winter break.
This and more coming up next on NewsWatch.
I got you. Oh, yeah, I got him. Stupid controller froze again. You're only saying that because you're losing. Bet you bought the cheap one.
My controller is junk too. Is this even real?
You're spending less, so...
Yeah? We'll just buy it again?
Smart kids.
Who are you?
Or what are you?
Hey, I was wondering if you guys wanted any... OMG, it's McGruff.
Yes, I am.
He's not my Uncle McGruff, the crime dog. He's an imposter. He's a fake. Oh!
I am McGruff, the crime dog. He is the fake. And so is that controller you're holding. It's gonna break. And that, Pops...
could blow up in your face.
That's right, Scruff. Let's take a bite out of crime together and protect ourselves against fakes. Like him.
Who says you're not the fake?
Dude, you're literally missing an arm.
You are smart kids. You're smart. Buy smart.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Hey, out there, radar land. You're listening to
really tight with my friends. We do everything together. And whatever happens, they look out for me.
Welcome back to NewsWatch. Many students are participating in different religious groups throughout the year, but how do these groups stay in touch and continue to engage in worship during holiday breaks? NewsWatch reporter Sarah Cox has the answer.
On campus, there are many religious groups for students to get involved with, but the question is, how do they keep students so engaged over holiday breaks?
I'm a part of Pine Lake, and over break, to stay connected with the church, we will be doing small groups over Zoom and just texting each other and sending weekly updates and just little verses every day.
I'm part of Crew and Pine Lake. To keep in touch with my groups over break, we are constantly texting, FaceTiming, seeing each other's social media posts, and just always praying for each other.
So for the winter break, there is a mission trip that students can choose to be involved in. And then also just through like the relationships that you're able to build. Like RUF is it's a very calm environment, and you can be as involved as you choose to be.
There are many religious groups on campus, some similar and some different, but their goals for the students are the same: to keep them engaged and to benefit the community. Some religious groups even host mission trips for students to attend and help a community in need. While some students put these groups to the side over break, some find ways to participate from home. For NewsWatch Ole Miss, I'm Sarah Cox.
Now in national news, Washington is divided over a controversial pardon issued by Trump. President Trump announced last week the granting of a full and complete pardon to former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez. Hernandez, who led Honduras from 2014 to 2022, was released from prison despite being sentenced to 45 years for drug trafficking just last year. The former president has always preached his innocence, but lawmakers from both political parties are pushing back hard at Trump's decision, calling this pardon deeply troubling. As controversy continues to unfold, we'll keep you updated with any new information.
In some festive news out of Washington, the White House is ready for the holidays. Hundreds of volunteers spent Thanksgiving weekend transforming the White House residence with festive decorations. Public tours started back up today after being paused for President Trump's ballroom project. First Lady Melania Trump chose this year's theme, Home is Where the Heart Is, which includes a gingerbread White House, 51 decorated trees, and an official Christmas tree imported from Michigan. And a billionaire couple is making history with a record-breaking donation. Michael and Susan Dell are giving $6 billion to support the Trump administration's new Invest America accounts. Starting next year, kids born between 2025 and 2029 will get $1,000 in their accounts, while younger children born before 2025 will receive $250. The Dells say that they are investing in children because, quote, they are our future. This act is a generous start to building the next generation's financial future. And the National Guard is heading to Louisiana. Governor Jeff Landry announced yesterday that Guardsmen will deploy to New Orleans and other cities within the next 2 weeks. The deployment will run through Mardi Gras season as part of a coordinated effort with President Trump to tackle rising violence. Governor Landry says that this is a necessary step to protect residents and visitors during one of the state's busiest times of year. That wraps up our national news update for tonight. Back to you at the desk, Margaret.
Thank you, Alexia. Coming up after the break, it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's final season. We have the best places to study up next. I'm going to have a baby tomorrow. I didn't know that.
Creating his own smog cloud. Tommy's up to bat. Tommy smokes because he thinks it makes him look grown up. But watch what smoking does for him. That coughing is one thing. It keeps him from playing his best. You're out! Don't smoke. It doesn't make you grown up. It makes you a loser.
Everybody clunks. But not enough people click. And no matter how good they are at handling their cars, or how well they know the road, everybody's equally likely to get involved in an accident. And without a seatbelt, you're twice as likely to be killed or seriously injured. So don't just be a clunker. Clunk, click.
Find out how to use an awkward silence to help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
Welcome back to NewsWatch. Margaret, I don't know about you, but I am so ready for Christmas break.
I couldn't agree more, but unfortunately, we have to make it through final seasons. But lucky for us, we have entertainment anchor Trip Robold in the studio to give us his favorite study spots.
Hey Rebs, the weather is getting colder and finals are right around the corner. So here are my top 5 favorite cozy indoor study spots to help you lock in. Coming in at number 5, your room. I know especially in the dorms, some of y'all love your rooms, but I cannot stay trapped in mine for hours unless it's fully Christmas themed. Number 4, the Union Couches. It's a classic and convenient spot, but in the afternoons the foot traffic gets pretty intense, which could be distracting for someone trying to study. Now, number 3, Starbucks. It's cozy and smells amazing, which makes it a perfect spot to study, except for the constant stream of customers. Now, I may be biased as a freshman, but the dorm study rooms are my second place winner. They're quiet, comfortable, and perfect for getting work done. And finally, my number 1 spot is the 3rd floor of the library. Pure silence. Having your own space and studying with no interruptions is simply unbeatable during finals. Now, Rebs, good luck on your finals. I'll see you next semester.
Thank you, Trip. Now, Oxford University has chosen their 2025 Word of the Year.
Have you ever been reading something online that seems to be created just for the sole reason of inciting anger? It's almost like it's tricking you into being angry.
Well, the word for that is rage baiting, and more than 30,000 people voted it to be the word of the year.
The use of rage bait has tripled in 2025. The other finalists for Word of the Year were aura farming and biohack.
Now, unfortunately, guys, this is not rage bait. This is our last show together this semester. How sad.
It is so sad.
Oh,
I'm gonna miss y'all.
I'm really gonna miss y'all too. And that is all we have for tonight. And for the last time this semester, I'm Alexia Anderchek.
And I'm Margaret Turner with your latest news.
I'm Mackenzie Cox with Stormwatch.
And with Sports Watch, I'm Evan Huggins.
Thank you for watching NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live and keep it local.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 5 p.m. Good night.